What's going on, everyone? What's good? I think everything is good besides the Phillies. This sucks. This absolutely sucks. And what I thought was going to be a tight baseball game, a tight race, because Christopher Sanchez giving you 8 innings of decent baseball. And no. I was wrong. I'm an idiot. Like, foolish for me thinking the Phillies are going to pull this one out in a tight game. But no. You want to know why? Because Ryan Kirkering, every time I do a Phillies postgame show, screws it up. Screws it up. And I'm going to get into that. But again, let me get in some comments. I'm going to give you my tale of the take of what happened, what went wrong. Well, a lot went wrong. Let's get into a couple comments first before I go anywhere. Herb says Remuto looks at a 2 center cut fail off. 10 nice use of bench Rob. This was painful and another waste of quality start inning pitching. They tolerate this. Fire someone. Herb, I can't disagree. 0-6 for guys in scoring position. 0-6. Yes. You apply here. 0-24 with guys in runs and 0-24. But you know what? They're not going to let Topper go. You want to know why? Because of the winning. Now, if they were at the bottom of the barrel, yeah, Topper would have been out of here. But since they are in first, since they are a top contender, no, they're going to let them hang around. Thomas Brown checking in. What's up, Tommy? How are you, sir? He says, calls them the game 100%. Yeah, that home ump is horrible. That home ump is horrible. It needs to retire. And I'm going to get right into this. Star Wars checking in. Thanks. What's up, buddy? A wasted Sanchez outing. And that's what it was. Like, Sanchez gave you nothing but solid 8 innings of baseball. His curveball. I mean, that's curveball. His changeup was untouchable. Christopher Sanchez changeup was untouchable for 8 innings. And what happens when the bullpen gets a play? What happens when the bullpen has to come through? Like a Ryan Kickering, you know this was bound to go bad. You just had that feeling. Tight game. And I was foolish. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm going to be wrong. I'm going to give Ryan Kirkering his due. And no. You hit a batter twice. You gave up a single. And that's where the wheels came off the track. And credit Topper for trying to quickly put out the fire. Goes to Lazar and nothing. Yeah, I'm going to get some more of these comments here. Herb says Sanchez covered himself. It was Phillies. It was Phil Cozy not calling strikes. Yeah, and listen, his strike zone. And look, give credit to the broadcaster, right? Give credit to the broadcaster because what did they say? This guy's strike zone is a little bigger than others. Sometimes smaller, sometimes, and that's what it was. If it wasn't for the wild pitch, it would have been a shutout. Absolutely. Absolutely. It would have been a shutout. It would have been 10 times ugly. I don't understand. Again, your starting pitching kept you in this ball game. Christopher Sanchez kept you in for 8 innings. Had an untouchable changeup for 8 innings. And Orion Kakering comes up and muffs it all up. Not just him. Like I said, if you guys want to blame the home ump, you could do that too. But at the end of the day, hitting batters is not going to help you any either. Uh, and there's no offense tonight. Like Star Wars said, okay, things look like they were getting put together. You had the double from Bryson Stott. You had him get the grounder, slide over the third. You got the wild pitch and nothing. You couldn't capitalize. It's a joke. It's a joke that this team looks lifeless sometimes at the plate. I don't know it. Maybe it's me doing these post-game show. Maybe I'm the mush. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, there's days when this offense is wheeling and dealing, and there's other times it looks bad. Like Kyle Schwarber really didn't get anything going until late in the game. Again, he only had one hit late. And I got to give Casey Schmidt some props there on that one of the last outs there when he made that leaping catch. Pretty decent. You got to give him catch. Herb says it's a bleeping joke. They won't win games Saturday and Sunday going 0 for guys in scoring position. It has been since 2015. It's time to fire this pathetic joke. Wow. But like I said, Herb, they're not going to let him go because of the standings and where they're at. They are poorly prepared and they can't take one step with this clown. Man, this one I thought Mike Papernick was rough on Rob Thompson. You might have taken the cake there, Herb. They look at a lot of They looked at a lot of strikes today. Yeah, they did. Star Wars, they did look at a lot of strikes, and that's the one thing about the Bryson Stott approach. I get it. You want to take the first pitch. I get you. But sometimes just be aggressive. Just go after it. And I don't understand, right? Like there's Remuto on his last plate appearance. Why are we swinging things in the ground? Why? You could have had a walk. I think when these guys put themselves in pressure moments, you know what I mean? When these guys put themselves in pressure moments, they fall apart. They fall apart. And Kirk is not leveraged. He was literally no grip a slider and aiming. Right. I got you, her. I'm not a fan of kickering at all. Who else this circus calls Walker tomorrow? Oh, great. Well, that's an L. That's a scheduled loss. My man, Dave Arnold, why aren't you in bed? He says Sanchez pitch outstanding, but the same old story. They can't score with guys on base. Yeah, that's alarming. 0-24, Dave. Guys in scoring position. 0 for 6 tonight, Dave. I mean, I don't know, man. And one day they look, they're on, and don't give me the story of well they got into San Francisco late, boo 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 boo, the travel. I don't want to hear that. The professional athletes don't want to hear it. The guy hits 2 batters and he's left to hang himself. Yeah. Star Wars says fire everyone. Fire when it's correct. Keep going until you fix it. Well, listen, they got to fix their issues. They got like I said, Tom McCarthy called about the home plate umpire, saying that his pitch zone, his strike, because he's a veteran home plate umpire, doesn't make it right that his strike zone sometimes could be a little wide, a little big. And yes, you can put the blame chart on him, but again, this team needs to show up. Like this team needs to be aggressive. Like this doesn't fix the L column. Like you fell into the loss column. It is what it is. Again, Christopher Sanchez really did a solid job tonight. Awesome. Christopher Sanchez gave up 7 hits, had 8 innings, 8 Ks. Again, his changeups were untouchable tonight. Like he would got a lot of guys fishing and baiting after his changeups. Got this team through 8 innings. And once the bullpen got in, once Orion Kickering took the plate, hitting 2 batters, giving up a single to chase Schmidt, it was pretty much over at that point because we knew we couldn't rely on this offense. Like Star Wars said, we only got in through a wild pitch. Think about that. 0-6 with guys in scoring position. Terrible. Terrible. Star Wars says, can't win games like this. No, you can't. No, you can't. And like it's crazy. The Phillies are lucky they had a hot April and May. Because if they were to play like this now, they would be poop. Topper would have probably been Topper probably would have lost his job by now. Herb says Thompson made bad choices all night. Runner on first, 0 outs. Then they go into small ball mode. This is MLB using use your effing bat. They need time to hustle down the base path. Yeah. Well, again, this is an older team too. I'm sick of the Nick and Alec first pitch swing and out of the zone. Yeah, like I said, I get it. You want to be aggressive, but that's the thing too, Herb. Like, what are we doing swinging at pitches that are in the ground? Remuto, couple times his last appearance. Couple things were in the ground. Why are we swinging down there? Why? Conversely, Stott and Marsh, Remuto looking at center cutoff every time. Yeah. Yeah. Again, I don't get this team. I don't get it. And you got Taiwan Walker on the hill tomorrow. You expect to win? Oh my lord! Like everyone in the Delaware Valley feels bad for Christopher Sanchez tonight. Like he should have got the W tonight. Like and again, this kind of like questions my theory of who is a leader in this locker room. Like who's sitting there going, "Hey guys, who's that person in the dugout saying, listen, man, Sanchez is being a pitching machine. Like we need to come through for this guy." They not even have protection in the playlist. Yeah. Hold on, let me get the Star Wars says we need outfield hitter. Yeah. Bottom six hitters, 3 hits, two in the infield, not MLB. Ugh. Frustrating night. Frustrating night. Frustrating. Because the win was in your grasp. But when you go 0 for 6 tonight with guys in scoring position, and it just felt like it was just going, like, I don't know how anyone else felt. Like, I'm saying to myself, being optimistic and saying they have an opportunity to turn this around. But then I really felt like, no, no. But man, the only run you got was off a wild pitch. Are you kidding me? And you expect to be a World Series contender? Come on. Don't give me that. Dave says when your fourth and fifth hitters go 0 for 4, you're not getting and not getting any support doing that. No. No, Dave. The meat of this lineup is ice cold. I'll repeat, the meat of this lineup is ice cold. Ice cold. Star Wars says Wheeler, Sanchez, and Rangers sorely be icing will sorely be in a Cy Young area. Herb says you're right, and Thompson still praising his swings. Joke talking about Sanchez Turner being a all-star snub. They have a bad manager. I don't know if it's the manager's fault, though, Herb. I think the talent itself, and there are some things that he could be doing better with, placing guys in the lineups and all those other things. But right now, no one's hitting. Nobody's hitting. No one's doing a great job hitting the ball. It's one of those nights. It's a weird case with this team. You get everyone to hit or you get nobody to hit. There's not like a real standout star. Dave says, why is Max Kepler still on this team? Blows my mind. I think Mike Lauer loves him. Again, we brought him in for Austin Hayes. Okay. But again, this is the same old team. This time, there's no long ball hitting. Heck, you're barely getting any small ball hitting. You barely got any small ball hitting tonight. Horrible, man. Horrible. Across the board. If you're frustrated, please dial in. I mean, it's sad. It's sad when your all-star pitcher, or should be an all-star pitcher, Christopher Sanchez, is dealing, getting everybody in that Giants lineup to bite off his changeup for 8 innings. He was in cruise control. And what did this offense do for him? Nothing. 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. You feel bad for Sanchez. And Orion Kirkering come taking the plate. Baffles it. Hits 2 batters. Gives up a single. Like, come on, man. Come on. Just it sucks. We not good in San Francisco. No, we're not good in San Francisco. Star Wars. We stink in San Francisco. Like, again, I'm pretty sure. Again, going back to the rivalry, early 2010. when they had Baumgartner, Buster Posey, all those guys. That's the first thing that goes to my mind. And no, San Fran always owns real estate in our mind. I don't understand. Like, I some days I feel like this team. You saw me. I was throwing them rose petals. If you watched the PM and the AM show, I was throwing this team rose petals. There's going to be no one to beat them. Like I said, the Phillies can only beat the Phillies in a series when they're not swinging, when they're swinging things low in the dirt, not swinging things that come right down the middle. I don't. It boggles my mind. Not good in Houston. Starting to see recording sequences. Sanchez not doing bad on the road since the Blue Jays series. Dave says trade Stock and keep Sosa at second base. At least he hits the ball. Yeah, but Dave, they have reasons why they don't go. And don't get me wrong, Sosa brings a lot of energy. He's a happy-go guy. He can play. He makes some plays. He can hit the ball here and there. But there's reasons why he's not your everyday batter. There's reasons because he can't hit that well. He's just like the rest of these guys. He's cold turkey as well. He's cold turkey as well, Dave. So let me quickly go around the bases before I go any further. I got to get that in there. I'll forget it like a dope. All right, guys, your Philadelphia Phillies fall short out there in San Francisco, losing 3-1. 3-1. If you haven't heard, not having a good day today. They kind of stunk it up. Obviously towards the end of the game there. So let's go around the bases right now. Let's go around. Let's see what else is going on other than these miserable Phillies. If I talk any more about them, I'm going to lose my mind. Getting ready to go to the bottom of this ninth out there in San Diego. The Diamondbacks are taking to the Padres, winning 6-3 right now. The Detroit Tigers win 5-1 over the Tampa Bay Rays. The Boston Red Sox win 9-3 over the Colorado Rockies. The Marlins win 5-1 over the Cleveland Reds, or Cincinnati Reds. Kansas City Royals win 9. The Blue Jays win 8-4 over in Chicago. Milwaukee Brewers win 9-1 over the LA Dodgers. That was one of my games to watch for the series, a series to watch. Brewers are starting to cook a little bit. Cincinnati, the Cleveland Guardians win 7-5 over the Houston Astros. They desperately needed. It's crazy how they fell off too. The Los Angeles Angels win 6-5 at home over the Texas Rangers. And like I said, the Phillies lose 3-1 versus the Giants lose. Giants win 3-1 at home versus the Phillies. And that'll be it. So, guys, I'm going to get into my Broad Street bottom line. And that's going to be brought to you by the Edges. It's the Rap Sports Network. So, guys, let's get into Patrick's Broad Street bottom line. My Broad Street bottom line. My Broad Street bottom line is this. Christopher Sanchez pitched a gem today, getting a lot of the Giants batters chasing after his changeup and getting him out. Complete cruise control for 8 innings. However, the Phillies just could not score with runners in scoring position. They failed. Matter of fact, the only run they got tonight was off a wild pitch. So it shows you they're not even swinging the bat well at all. So anyway, guys, Phillies lose. I'm going to get ready to wrap up the program. Cy Young Awards, Wheeler and Sanchez. Yeah, Wheeler, Sanchez. Mets being off tonight. They oct up a half game on the Phillies. They're up on a half game on the Phillies. Yeah, well, listen, right? It's crazy. That team's all banged up with injuries, and yet they find ways to win. They're in there. Anyway, guys, listen, I got to get ready to rock and roll. I got to get some shut-eye. I have to get up at 4 in the morning. I got to type up an article. I got a lot to do. So anyway, guys, the Phillies lose tonight. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to me. My man Cowboy Dave, my man Star Wars, Herb. You guys are great. I'm not. And stay healthy, stay strong. I'll catch you, tomorrow. Tomorrow's Steve Fernandez has got you covered. Then it's Mike Laro. I'm going to be on vacation, so I'm heading to South Carolina. So anyway, guys, have a great night. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.